Right, folks, Joker Lane. Let's watch out. MX2. 3 motos to go, 3 to go. That's all we've got. 3 races left to go. Time at 17 minutes past 3. 3 motos to go in the Joker Lane after the second lap. So we're going to watch it and we'll tell you about it. Yeah, James Scott. That's better. James Scott out of there. Hasn't had the best of starts, so remembering he led the last one and dropped it on the first lap. Let's wish him luck. Keep your fingers crossed for James. All round nice guy. Mr. James Scott on fire with the Jeff Scott Electrical Race Team. And out there for a flying good start as we whip it up with the 2 there of Wyatt Chase and a 23 Josiah Natsky around the outside, third place into second, pushing Wyatt back into, what a jump, pushing him back into third place. He had a massive jump over the number 5. Here we go, round the corner up towards Braemar Road for this time, and safely through the corner, that time for the 108 of James Scott. He must feel much better getting through that corner. That's where he lost the last time. Here we go, out over these 2 jumps, big air as we come down the back, over the RD1, and look at the jumping going on there for Josiah, and here we are watching it. Can't use the Joker Lane yet. That's where it turns, right at that point. Can't use the Joker Lane. Wow, there we are around the corner again. Keen to watch. Look at that. Digging it in deep. Look at that. The 108 to go through. 23 on the far side. Looking out for the number 2. And I tell you what, Josiah Natsky fired up. Remembering, I think he's a couple of points behind. From my memory, we've had Wyatt Chase, 2 wins and 2 seconds. Josiah Natsky's had 2 wins, a second and a third. Coming into this point is James Scott with no wins. He thoroughly deserved a win. Let's go racing. James Scott, Josiah Natsky, and Wyatt Chase. Back then we go to the 6 of Josh Coppins, looking out to 197, and Nick Hornby, what a pilot he is. And we can see the 338 of BG Brad Groombridge coming up there, and the 203 again of that man Luca Fremantle. So good to see as we get our MX2 update courtesy of Underwood and Wilkins, home of Suzuki and Kawasaki here in Nissan Bay, the capital of Whakatane. And a great start that time, Brad, for the 108 of James Scott.
Yeah, absolutely flying out there. James Scott, he's under a lot of pressure though. The 23 of Josiah Natsky is piling it on, right on the back wheel, but James Scott, a good line through the S's there, so goes over the Jack's Machinery tabletop around the left-hander. James Scott now just sneaking off a little bit of an advantage, so there's nothing in it at this moment. The top 3 guys have been hammer and tongs all day. Unfortunately for James in the overall, he had that crash and the DNF for race number 4, so he's outside the chance to win this one overall, but Josiah and Wyatt right there in second and third, so we're in for a great one. This is 15 minutes plus 2 laps as well, so this is a bit longer than we've had before, so plenty of time. Who's going to settle into it?
What about the Joker Lane, Brad? Is somebody going to use the Joker Lane? Second lap, is somebody going to do it? Is somebody going to make the turn here? Do they want to get the advantage and break clear? No, nobody, not 1, 2. Got to do it after the next one. Right, after this one. Sorry, got to do it after, right out. So there we go. All right, there we go, okay. All right, so the Joker Lane. Now, so sorry, I was a bit premature. We haven't completed 2 laps. We're only on the second at the moment, so they can use it next time. Would you be using it now? Wow, what a tactic. Do you want to break clear? Do you want to get that advantage? Do you think for Josiah Natsky that James Scott is holding up? Unclear of that. Back to you, Brad.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at that, there's a lot of green grass down on the Joker Lane too, so it's actually very tight hairpin, so the Joker Lane's going to be what we're going to watch with interest. Quite slippery. Is it going to be someone's undoing, perhaps, the Joker Lane? So drama here to come, perhaps. James Scott leads Josiah Natsky and Wyatt Chase. That's a great little battle, first, second and third. Josh Coppins, he's been fantastic. He's been consistently 4th all day. He had a 3rd place last time with James Scott having the DNF, so JC, a great fill-in rider for Maximus Purvis on the JCR L-Therm window systems Yamaha. As we go racing into the S's, James Scott, Josiah Natsky. Where is Josiah stronger? I think it's down the back straight that we'll see Josiah Natsky. James seems to have this little infield section pretty well sorted, but when we go screaming down the back straight, we see the class of Josiah Natsky, so we'll keep an eye on that. Wyatt Chase certainly not out of this one there in 3rd place, so all on here, and just a massive over 9 laps to go, so we're into this one. It's almost like an endurance race from where we've been today, so we'll see what happens here. The top 4 on the screen there, and then we go back to Nick Hornby with a great start, him and BG Brad Groombridge, 5th and 6th as well. We've got battles there as well with Luca Fremantle, and it looks to be Carlin Headley having a little battle there, so fantastic stuff all around the track as we see Josiah Natsky go right around the outside. Joker Lane, Joker Lane. James Scott and Wyatt as well, so Wyatt's going to take it early, so we've got 1st and 3rd now going to be 1st and 2nd, so they've taken the Joker Lane, and James Scott looked quite classy when he took that, locked the back brake up and got on the gas early, so there we go racing. James Scott and Wyatt Chase flying at the moment. Joker Lanes have been used.
Oh, that's the right thing to do for my money. That was the right thing to do. I believe you should have done that earlier on. I don't know quite, once we'd seen the move made by James Scott, whether it was quite the right one for White to do, got to use it to try and get that advantage. So these guys will peel back next time. What has that done? It's allowed you to have some clear air out in front. You're not worried about the braking bumps, the other riders, or where they're going, or the fact that they're going right on the corner. You've got to go left or vice versa. So it just keeps that traffic, widens up the gaps, it keeps them apart. So great to see. James Scott, White, Chase, ahead of Josiah Natsky from Josh Cobbins. So 2 of the 4 took it, the other 2 didn't it, 1 and 3 took it, and 2 and 4 did not take it. So there you go, a bit of an update. But remember, of course, you can only use it once and the other 2 riders can use it. So next time, watch what happens, because one of those other 2, Josiah Natsky or Josh Cobbins, could use the Joker lane next time. Don't quite see that. It's been spinning around to watch that other race, how many others have used it during that lap, but they'll be keeping it tack. More importantly, that you can only use it once in the race, and this is, of course, the last race for this class. So it's only once in this race for the one race. For MX2, MX1 will be the same as well. They've already had 4. This is their 5th race to count on, and good to watch. So the Joker lane coming up for them at the moment. And look at that for 2 for White. So there he is going down the bottom. Of course, he's got to use it. What happens? Watch these other boys. We're going to see it. Is he going to use it? No. Or is Josh? Look, if Josh was there now, he would cut right across. I reckon Josh is going to use it. Yes, he is. He slowed down enough. See that? He's gone up into third place. So good work using the Joker lane. And look at that. I think he's closed it down. He's closed down the margin. There we go. James Scott, along with the 2 of White Chase, now with Josh Cobbins. The man who's not used it is this man in 4th place. So the number 23 of Josiah, he's got it. It's the Joker. It's the ace card. He's got it up his sleeve at the moment. So Josiah Natsky with a chance to do it.
Yeah, another thing to notice as well is clearly noted at Riders Briefing that the right-of-way is on the main track. So if Josiah Natsky goes to re-enter from the Joker lane, he must give the racing room to Wyatt and James. So taking it early, probably the good play from James Scott. He was out in front, just wants to keep neat and tidy. So that's some more drama that could unfold here. We are rocking through 7 laps to go in this one. And James Scott, Wyatt Chase and Josh Coppins, your top 3, have all used the Joker lane, but the 23 of Josiah still to use it as well. We'll see some guys in the mid-pack. Everyone seems to be using that Joker lane as early as they can. So great initiative here for our 5th and final race for MX2. The Joker lane throwing a few spanners into the works and rocking through Underwood and Wilkins MX2 Racing. So we'll keep an eye down the back straight. When we go racing, we've got James Scott and Wyatt Chase with Josh Coppins. They are heading down the back straight now. And the man in 4th place, still with the Joker card up his sleeve, is Josiah Natsky. We'll keep an eye on him when he goes racing down there. This is fantastic stuff. Exactly what the crowd come to see, and a great crowd in at Summercross for the 48th running. It's absolutely brilliant from Honda.
Eyes must be on the 23, When's he going to use it? At what point of the motor? No, did not. And if he had have, would he have gone through? Would he have gone through for the front? Oh, marginal. So getting closer and closer. Here's the endurance of it, coming down the business end. Remembering they've got 2 wins each. Who's going to get the win to get the glory for the day? All right, 108 to go. 108 in front of 2 this time. A 901 looking back 2. And now, of course, here with the flying number 6 of JCR, Mr. Josh Cobbins himself, and the 23. And who's the fastest? Out there? I'll tell you what, it won't be Josiah. He will nowhere near be the fastest. Why? Because he hasn't used the short lap. James Scott, the fastest man on the racetrack. James Scott using it at the moment. So there is James' advantage. James Scott, Wyatt Chase, Josh Cobbins. Josiah Natsky still in 4th place. But has not used the Joker. Has Brad Groombridge used the Joker yet? That's a question to be asked. Has he taken that advantage? He holds on to that 4th place. Will it be with James? We're all on at the moment. Think that James has. Comment to me, Bill, nodding their head to me, think he has used it. So BG and Brad Groombridge, there is. How good is this for our manufacturers? As our major brands are representative with 5 out of the 6 bikes, 5 different bike brands in the first run. So well done. All the teams have got their ace rider, and they're all in magnificent form here. And this is only for the early part of summer. What a massive summer to come, including the Honda International Motocross Grand Prix 4 weeks away today at Woodville, and then a following week later for Motocross Nationals as we look out to Beltrutha, Rotorua, Hawke's Bay and Taupo to finish it up in the middle of March. There we go. They can't use it again. They've used it once, remember. And there's the bike battle all on. What are we going to see though? Because that is James and Wyatt. Where's Josh? Josh should be the next one past. Is he going to use it this time? Watch it. No, not yet. Oh, there you go. Now you've also got to watch what happens if there's a red flag. What happens if there's a stoppage in the race? You haven't used your Joker lane. You don't get to use it again. So there's a bit bit of a risk factor in being late in the moto. So we'll be keen to watch out. Here we are, 108 James Scott in the 2 of Wyatt Chase. How fast are these guys? KTM over Honda. And that is hot, along with the 6 of JCR and the 23. And because he hasn't used the Joker yet, he appears to be back in 4th place, but he's got the trump card. He has got the Joker. Will he use the Joker? What opportunity? We thought then, but no, we were wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. Just noticing the lap times on the MXT, and the fastest man around there was Wyatt Chase the last time around, so lapping faster than Josiah Natsky. So that's all going to play a big factor. So maybe Josiah's hoping they're going to run into lappers and get a slow lap there, and he's going to sneak up the inside. So a little bit of cat and mouse here. We've still got a massive 5 laps to go, and it's all on here, so we'll keep an eye. It is still the 108. James Scott ahead of the 2. Wyatt Chase, it's a fantastic gap. They're nearly wheel to wheel as they head around the left-hander and head to the Brennigan Earth Movers tabletop. Wyatt Chase up the inside. I think we might have a change for the lead. Wyatt Chase going to dive the inside, take the line away. So that is a change for position, and it is the new race leader, Wyatt Chase, on the number 2. So he was the fastest man on the track last time around. He's got the fastest lap of the race, and now finds himself in 1st place. Come back to James Scott, then Josh Coppins in 3rd place. But there's our man in 4. That's the trick up his sleeve, as he's still got to take the Joker lane. He's running out of laps to use it. We're going to have 4 laps left when we cross the finish line, so here we go. There's plenty of lappers in front of the 2 boys in the lead, so here we go with Josiah Natsky. We'll keep an eye on him. He is down past the DRD. He's braking hard. I think he's going to take it. I think we're going to see him up the inside. Here he is, so he is going to take it. So Josiah Natsky's going to take it, and he's going to absolutely smoke them. He's well out in front, so definitely advantage Josiah Natsky. He's got a massive 25 bike link advantage, and we're going to have just on 4 laps to go on this one. So Josiah Natsky uses the Joker to his perfection, and he finds himself well out in front here at the moment.
Well, that has to be the highest, fastest lap, surely, because he's done the lap to go through there and overtake the other guys. So he's done the hard work. He got there. I had an interesting comment just said to me then by Tony to think that he hasn't been dragged along by the riders. He's been a little bit lonely, but I tell you what, he's been keeping up the pressure. Look at the Kawasaki supporters going wild here today. Great to see moto like it should be. Love the Joker lane. What a concept. How good is this? Let's watch it. You'll see it on AMA, Motocross and Supercross on TV. We've done it here in New Zealand. Taupo do it for events as well. We saw it done at the SX Open last month up at Mount Smart Stadium for the Oceania International Supercross. It happens here at Summercross as well. The Joker lane, what a trick card it is, and great to see, and it's come to fruition, and this man's played it to perfection. How good is that for this man, Mr. Josiah Natsky, and the Kawasaki Team Green are looking good for the goodies, but of course at this stage still 4 laps to go. It is not over, but all of those top 6 riders have all used the Joker lane, but just at what point it was, I think it's proved to be quite crucial. I think that's played right in the favour, and well done to Josiah. Mega jump from that man. Man, oh man, he needs a parachute. He's going that high and that fast. So great to watch, and all on fire.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic to see Josiah Natsky out in front of this one, doing a wonderful job. He's got a 3.5 second lead. There's plenty of lap traffic in front of him, so with 3 and a bit laps to go, still anyone's race here. Wyatt Chase is right there in 2nd place. James Scott just slowly drifting back in 3rd place a little bit, but a comfy margin back to the man in 4th, which is Josh Coppins. So there's that battle. They're heading over the wall at the moment, so James can't afford to relax, as the Lizard is hungry in behind him. So 3rd and 4th place there is definitely heating up. We've got the battle for 1st and 2nd. It was at 3.5 seconds. Now it's down to 2.5. So Wyatt took a second out of Josiah that lap around. We're here. We've got 3 laps to go. So we're in for a show-stop and finish here. The battle for 3rd and 4th is heating up as well, with James Scott and Josh Coppins separated by less than a second in there as well. So all on here, Brad Groombridge is in a comfortable 5th place, with Luca Fremantle in 6th. So classy top 6, and still not done for yet. We've still got plenty of run in this moment.
Oh, mate, I tell you what, watch out for that man. That man is coming. He's coming all the way. Look at that from Wyatt Chase, the Honda hotshot on the Honda bike.co.nz race team, and Wyatt Chase on attack. We know it was the advantage to Josiah when he closed it down before, but here we go, and it is the wow, there we go, and I think A-OK, wow, what a landing, what a hit, and well waved yellow here, thank you, as we get the bike going again, and 274, I think the number that we've got down here. Bad luck, let's get back to the racing at the moment. Gone to the yellow flag here. Our riders like to the 338 of BG203, and Luca Fremantle there as well. Other good riders here at 901 as we update our class to go back to that's Mitchell Armstrong out of Auckland. Yellow flags withdrawn and they're away again. the 615 there of Joel Johnson out of Whangarei on the Johnson Brothers Roofing. Yamaha Whangarei supported by ZF 250. 157 Logan Madron keeping it in there along with the 270 of Dylan Yebury out of Cambridge on the Husqvarna 250F. And here we are, two laps board, 2 lap board. That's nice. A 2 lap board goes out there. I like that. We've seen that as well. We did that in New Zealand Motocross a few years ago using that 2 lap board. Just giving them an idea before the white flag comes out. So it's 2 laps. And a lot of the motos we do by race time, remembering, and then you do often 10, 15 or 19, 18 minutes by the time, and then the 2 lap board, and then of course the white flag to go out in the finish of the moto. So it just gives a good judgment of where riders are in the moto at the moment. So it is all on at this stage, the 23 by 2, and that margins open up. The margins open up again, 23 by 2, and the 23 of Josiah Netsky and the 2 of Wyatt Chase. So just when Wyatt was getting closer, I just get the idea that we've seen now that the 23 of Josiah Netsky closing the gap down. Here we are all the way. And look at this, 6 to get there, JCR. Oh, wicked. Tell you what, over he goes, and Chen to look out for that one. And when I say over he goes, over to the side of the track he goes. Lucky that he didn't clip the wheel of the rider in front of him. I know it was completely accidental, but the onus is on the overtaking rider, so it could have been a little bit tricky to get through there. As we look around, James trying to get there, block pass on the inside. No, JCR still got it. Mr. Josh Coppins, Sir Josh Coppins. And how good is that, man? Josh Coppins in a flying good moto coming out there on the Underwood and Wilkins supported MX2 racing at the moment. The big battle on there for the next placing, but it is the all-out bike race going on between Josiah and Wyatt, and then between Josh and James.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. We see Josiah Nansky, there's plenty of traffic in front of him, but he's got the Scott goggles jump that he goes down the left-hander with the white flag ready and waiting to signal 1 lap to go. So it is going to be on the final lap. This is the battle for the overall. If Josiah finishes here, I believe he'll take the 5 points ahead of just Wyatt Chase, and that'll be enough for the overall. So we're battling for the overall. We're on the last lap at the moment. We've had some great battles today. We've had all over the track battles, and it's going to be Josiah, who's definitely got plenty of traffic ahead of him, but in the driver's seat at the moment. So white flag out, 1 lap to go, and it is with 23 Josiah Natsky, the 2 of Wyatt Chase giving chase. In second place, we've got Josh Coppins now into 3rd place ahead of James Scott, but that's a good 4th place for James. And then Brad Groombridge ahead of Luca Fremantle, running out your top 6. So keep an eye on that one. Still not done for, but it is with the 23 Josiah Natsky at the moment.
Oh, loving this, absolutely loving this, and we're on our way home at the moment. Just when you thought that we were watching Wyatt Chase on the Honda Bike Stock.co.nz supported flying CRF 250 get that advantage and close in on Josiah Natsky. Josiah felt the pressure and responded to the pressure by pulling it out, so getting it, I suppose you'd call it the second wind as it were, and really did just control the race at that crucial point about 2 and a bit laps to go. So good work as he opens out, but I tell you what, a very good buffer, and what an awesome even. These guys, in fact, whoa, there we go, hits a fence. Wow, what an off the bike, out of control, and the rider gets the whip as well. We go to the yellow flag, and it'll be right here as well for the finish. It'll be right here for the finish of the race as well. So we're going to go there to the yellow, going to watch it. So here we go. 818 this time. Here's BG and Brad Groombridge. There'll be another yellow flag. Well waved. And there we are with a 338 for Brad Groombridge. 203 Luca Fremantle. He's been my rider of the class today. What an effort for a school kid. That is sensational. And looking out to it. But here we go. 23. There he is. Well done. 23 to do it. There's the number 2. So 23, Josiah Natsky has won the day. The underdog. Hard fought. The first race going to Wyatt. After 3 races, it was Wyatt that had the advantage. But the next 2 have gone to Josiah. How fantastic. 5 races. 3 to Josiah and 2 to Wyatt. And Wyatt no worse than second. So he's effectively gone 1-1-2-2-2. How good is that today? So hearty congrats there for Wyatt on the Honda Motorbike Stock.co.nz CRF 250. And a fantastic effort though from Josiah Natsky. The first major battle between these 2 guys at their peak finesse. Remembering of course that Labour weekend we didn't have Wyatt at his best, still recovering from his huge injury when he was overseas for the Motocross of Nations back in early October.